Hello guys, this is Mackenzie. I'm here with another video. So I'm gonna do a chit chatty get ready with me type deal. This is gonna be like an everyday makeup routine. Yeah, so let's get into it. So first, I just got my hair done and I definitely don't want to get foundation in my hair. So I normally just take a clip and kind of clip all that back. I know I look crazy. And then I go in with my primer, which I'm going to use this Jelly Pop Dew Primer. And I'm just going to use like 2 pumps of that. I've used this a couple times on myself, and then I've also used it on other people because I actually do like homecomings and prom makeup, weddings, stuff like that, which weddings have been really weird lately with like COVID and stuff. It's really hard to like plan a wedding around here because it's been very crazy. So I just put a little bit of that on and then just rub the excess into my hands. And then I normally mix. I'm pretty pale right now, so I'm gonna mix this L'Oreal Infallible in the shade 410. And then also the Matte and Poreless in the shade 118 Light Beige. I'll just do this one first because the other one has a pump, so this kind of just comes out onto my hand a little easier. You don't want to do too much of one or the other, but this one's kind of yellowish tone, and then this one has a little bit more of like a pinky tone, and I think my skin is kind of neutral. I don't really have one or the other. I mean, sometimes I can get red in the face, and it does kind of make me look like I have a pinker skin tone, but normally I feel like my skin color is more neutral. So that's one thing. Like if you are trying to find a foundation that matches you and you can't really find one that matches like your tone, because I know a lot of foundations like offer a wide range of shades, but if you can't find a tone you like, buy 2 like separate ones, like a pinky and then like a more like yellow toned, and then just kind of mix them half and half, or you know, just kind of work with it to see what works best for you. But I like the way the consistency of these 2 kind of go together, and they match my skin tone really well right now because I'm pale. So I'm going to I always use a foundation brush first, and then I go with my Beauty Blender because I feel like this gives me more coverage, and then the Beauty Blender sometimes can take away the product. So I like to do this first and then blend it out with that. This is the Morphe M43 brush. I don't know if you guys can see that. Just looks like this. It's a little bit dirty. That's okay though. Honestly, I enjoy cleaning my brushes, but I feel like a lot of the time the brush is harder to work with when it's like freshly clean. I mean, I still clean my brushes a lot, but it's strange how like that works. Like it's harder to blend, whether it's like your eyeshadow or foundation, just because the brush needs broken in a little bit, like right after you wash them, you know? But yeah, so I just blend all this in. And make sure to blend like on your neck. I'm sure you guys kind of saw me doing that, but like don't want a line like from your face to your neck right here. Even if like your skin, you feel like your foundation matches like perfectly, always make sure A, blend your ears in, and then B, just kind of like bring that down onto your neck, because I can remember, which this was a long time ago, makeup has progressed so much, but I remember back in the day in high school, there was always girls that had like, if they were really pale or, you know, even just use like a foundation that was a shade too dark, there was a line where they didn't blend it. And it always irked me. But, you know, back then we didn't have as many like YouTube videos or instructional like things telling us like how to do makeup better or anything like that. So, I mean, I graduated in 2014, and these were like the years from like 2010 to 2014 where people were just kind of winging it. And I mean, there were videos, but again, makeup hadn't progressed like it has now. So, and then I'm just using this Real Techniques Beauty Blender to blend everything out. But yeah, that was when we always did the like black, really harsh smoky eye with like the silver on the inside. And like we didn't draw our brows in, so that was a crazy time. And then I'm going to use the Morphe concealer in the shade C1.55. I don't know if that's the shade or not, but that's what it says on here. But yeah, so I'm going to use that. It's kind of like more of just a neutral shade. And this isn't going to be like too light for my foundation, but I just take it and do a little bit there, and then I flip it over because there's no need to get more product if you have more product on your brush. So like I put a little bit there, and then I flip the brush over, and then I just do some right there. And then you can, you know, go back in. And I mean, it's everyone's preference, but I don't like to have too much product. So I just use like what's on the brush, and then just, again, just flip it over and use the other side here. And then whatever is left, I don't use like a whole bunch, but I use some there, and yeah. And I always do my concealer last. That way, like underneath my eyes, that way you give it time to set fully and kind of dry down, because sometimes that can give you some more full coverage. And I just pat like in the inner corner as much as I can first, and then kind of like wing it out, because you want most of the product to focus on the underneath of your eye. And then I take a little bit that's left over on my sponge and just kind of bring it over the eye and just keep blending. And you want to make sure like your creases around your nose are blended, because sometimes they can get really caked and not blended out, and then you can see like the crease. Sorry if you guys can hear that door in the background. I live in West Virginia, and we got a couple inches of snow last night. So my boyfriend's outside getting the snow off the porch in the driveway, and he keeps coming in and out. So, and the door is like this wall, and then on the outside is like the entryway to our house. So now the concealer's done, I'm gonna go in with my contour stick. I really love this. It's the Nude Sticks contour stick in Bondi Bay. And a lot of times I don't really like to take the product straight on my face, but I feel like this kind of blends out a little bit easier than a lot of contour sticks. So it's not gonna like move your foundation around or anything like that. I mean, if you let it sit forever, I mean, sure, there's probably gonna be a streak, but I kind of just do it and then blend it out as soon as I'm done. So I'm gonna just put a little bit on my neck, a little bit on my forehead, and then I'm gonna use this Real Techniques Expert Face Brush just to blend that out. And I always contour from like my hairline right here, and I just go down towards my lip. And see how nice that blends out? And it's not like too warm or too cool, like it's a nice shade. And then we'll just do the forehead. And I like to contour my forehead because I feel like a lot of times my forehead can look like, if I don't put product on there, it accentuates the size of my forehead. And I don't have a big forehead, but if you have color everywhere else on your face, or at least I don't think I have a big forehead. If you don't have color on your forehead, but you have it on the rest of your face, like, it's just gonna, like, make your forehead pop out in ways that you don't really want it to. And I'm just blending out that neck contour. And again, this will kind of keep you from having that line as well if you kind of like bring your darkness down, and it accentuates the jawline, even just doing like a little bit. Some people like to put it under their lip, but I don't really do that. I've tried once and I didn't really like the way it looked, so I kind of just do the few places that I did. And I don't contour my nose or anything. I don't like putting a lot of product on my nose. So next I'm just going to take this e.l.f. monochromatic multi-stick in the shade Dazzling Peony. And I don't like putting this directly on my face, so I'll take this setting brush by Real Techniques. It's brush 402. Just kind of looks like this, just a little bit pointed. And I'll just dip it on there until I get a decent amount of product, but nothing too crazy. And then I put it like up in here. So, and this brush might be too small for blush. I don't know. I like the way that it applies my blush, my cream blush at least. I used to use it for under eye powder, but I don't know. I didn't really like the way it set. I feel like it didn't really put the amount of product that I wanted on there. But see, that just gives it like a little glow without being too much. And it gives it, like, this is good for glow and for blush because it does have a little bit of sparkle, like shine in it and stuff. So if you like that kind of product, like if you're someone that just likes to do cream products and that's it, like this would be good if you aren't into like a super beaming highlight, but you wanted like a little bit of shine. Because it's got just a little bit of shine to it. So that's what the blush looks like. And then I'm going to take the number 7 Translucent Perfect Light Pressed Powder. And this is supposed to be like a Charlotte Tilbury dupe for their under eye powder, which I've really wanted to try, but I saw this at Target and I was like, you know what, let me give this a shot and see if this does better than the powder that I have right now. So it looks like this. It's a really pretty packaging too. I mean, it's very neutral, but like looks high end. So, and I just use this Urban Decay Naked Flushed brush, and it's double-sided. It looks like this. And I just use this side for it. So it's like a flat side. I'm going to go in with my Beauty Blender and just make sure all that's blended out again before I put this on. A little bit on my eyelid. And then I'm just going to dip my brush in, flick it off a little bit. And you want to focus most of your product like where you get the most creases. I don't know, some people don't really like doing that, but like some people say it accentuates them more, but I feel like for me, I like to put it everywhere, and if the powder is good, I feel like sometimes it'll hide them more than not putting a lot of product, which I don't put a lot anyways. But and then I'm gonna go over my smile lines because that really tends to crease for me, like right around here and like my chin area. So I like to just really go through that, and then I just do a little bit on my forehead. Plow truck was coming through. I didn't know what that noise was. So that's gonna be it for the cream products. So now, and then I did my under eye powder and I'm going to go in with my bronzer, which sometimes I'll take my face powder and not only put it underneath my eyes in the T-zone, but put it everywhere. But here lately, I've been just doing it this way, and I like the way that it looks because I think it depends on what makeup look you're going for or how much coverage you want or, you know, but I've just been liking putting the blush directly on my cream contour and stuff like that. And I feel like it works good for me. It's not too much product. I'm using the trusty Butter Bronzer in the shade, well, in just the regular bronzer shade. I know there's like a light bronze or something. But yeah, I've definitely hit pan on this. I am almost out, so I'm debating on I love this. I went through so many pots of this. I don't know, I guess you'd call it that. And then I just take whatever's left over and I just brush it on my chin or on my neck from my chin down. I just got my hair done, so I'm trying to like keep all these products from getting in my hair. I think my bangs are falling out of the clip here. And then I'm going to go in with my blush, which I love this blush. I have this small one. I don't know if it comes in a bigger size, but it's the Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Party. And it's in this like mauve-y shade. And I really like it because it's kind of neutral, but it still gives you like a nice pretty color. And then I don't know where these brushes are from. It says polished on the brush, but I got it for Christmas a couple years ago. I got this huge set, which my bronzing brush, I didn't show you guys that, but that brush is from the same line. I really liked this brush for my blush and that brush for my bronzer. And then I do have a few that I use for eyes, but other than that, I mean, they're decent brushes. I mean, they feel good. They're very soft. Like, they hold on to a lot of product and stuff like that, but I don't know where my family got them from, but they got them for me for Christmas. But this one's in the polished again, but it's the cheek brush, so I'm assuming this is for blush, one of the two. So I just dab into that a little, and then I put this above my bronzer, so closer to my eye, and then I'll get a little bit more, do the other side. And something I like to do is I'll take whatever's left and kind of go like towards my eyebrow on both sides. And then again, I don't like to put a lot of products on my nose, but I'll kind of run that back and forth with whatever's left on the brush again, and just put it on my nose. And then I use this, which I have a bunch of highlighters, but I'm wearing a pink shirt, so I figured I'd do like a pinky highlighter. It is the Revolution Vivid Makeup Highlighter, Vivid Baked Highlighter in the shade Peach Lights. And my lid's broken, so I'm just going to pop that off. But it looks like this. Very pretty. It's definitely kind of like intense. Well, you can build it up to be intense. And I'm just using the lettering has kind of rubbed off, but it's the Morphe M501 brush. It looks like this. So I'm just going to use that and just go on the top of my cheek area and then into like my apples, which a lot of people don't really like highlighter anymore, or they feel like on their apples isn't like cute, but I like the way it looks whenever I smile and you can like see a little bit of shine. And then I'll just take whatever is left and kind of like brush it up. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Up on the top of the cheekbone. Onto my apple. And then up into there. And then I'm going to dab back in and put just a little bit on my nose. I love a nose highlight. I don't know what it is, but I feel like that like ties the whole makeup look together. But I'm going to do a little bit on the top and then a little bit up here. So that way I've got a little bit on this part between my eyes and a little bit there. And then sometimes I'll do just barely on my cupid's toe, depending on like if I'm wearing lipstick or not. Sometimes I just put a gloss on and I don't really worry about it as much when I do that. And then I'm also just going to grab that blush brush again and just kind of go over that highlight. That way it kind of just like blends it all in and it doesn't look harsh or anything. And then I'm also gonna take that brush I use for my under eye and just use whatever is left and kind of go like right in here just to make sure there's nothing like around my nose that's making it look weird, and kind of just blend that out. And then I'm gonna just go in. Sometimes I'll use my bronzer for this, and then sometimes I actually use an eyeshadow. So today I'm gonna use an eyeshadow. I've got the Chatty beauty palette in front of me. This is the volume 1. I still have the plastic in here because this glitter is intense and I don't want to like mess it up or get it anywhere. And this mirror, like, look how beautiful that is. Like, I want to keep it clean. That way I can just kind of like use it if I need to. So I'm going to use the color Soothe in the matte shade right here. And I love to use this all over my eye. This is a really good palette for anyone who does makeup for weddings and stuff like that, or homecomings and stuff, because not only does it have like 6 shades, but it has like the most intense glitter. I mean, when I tell you, this glitter is the best glitter I have ever used. I can just rub my finger in and just dab it on, and I mean, it literally stays. Now, you might have a little bit of fallout underneath, but that glitter ain't moving. Like, it's staying there. And then these metallic shades are really pretty as well. Like, I love using this one for my inner corner. And the other ones are just beautiful to blend out with everything. I don't really use the sequin shades as much, but they're really pretty too. Sometimes I'll use them just if I want to do a little bit of pop, like a little bit of glitter. I'm using the Morphe M441 brush. It just kind of looks like this. This is my second brush of this, actually, because my first one... Tell me in the comments below if you guys have ever had like a brush get scratchy. Like, it was scratchy on my eyelid. It made my eyelids like hurt because it would just scratch when I would rub it. So I got this new one. I'm just going to tap into that Soothe matte shade again, like I said. And I'm just going to put it in my crease to start. And I don't really like to go over here if I'm doing like an everyday like natural look. And I'm sorry, I'm looking in a mirror behind because I'm filming on my phone because I don't have a camera or anything yet. I'm still new to YouTube. So I'm gonna put this in my crease. And I'm not gonna take it out too far, but I am gonna like put the product out here first and then work my way in with it. So you wanna put like, which first of all, you wanna tap your brush. I don't know if you guys saw me do that, but you wanna tap your brush and get all the excess off, and then you wanna put it here to start, and then kind of like work your way in windshield wiper motions. So again, I'm just gonna tap that off. I'm gonna start over here. And I'm gonna just blend that out. And this palette blends really well as well. So, I mean, obviously you need to have a good brush too. And the Morphe brushes, I feel like, help really well with blending. So if you aren't like the best at blending out shadows, it could be your brush. And these brushes are definitely great for beginners, and they're pretty cheap. I mean, I want to say these brushes are like $8 to $10 a piece, maybe even cheaper, maybe even like $6 a piece. If you want to buy them separately from Ulta or something, or you can even buy them online. But yeah, so these are pretty cheap brushes. And I also really like the Jaclyn Hill, just the Jaclyn Hill palette, the first one. And I really like using these as well, which this is a really good palette that's like in between drugstore and high end. It's like 30 some dollars, but you get a lot of shades in there. Whereas the Tati palette's a little bit more expensive. I'm pretty sure when I bought it, it retailed for like $58, and you had to order it on the Chatty website, but it worth the money. I mean, I have used this eyeshadow palette so much, and I'm only hitting pan on one shade, and that's my inner corner shade, because I use that literally every time I do my eyeshadow because it's really great. Also, I wouldn't say every time, because I really like to use these for my inner corner, and these are really bright as well. It's the In Light and Beam color, and if you just mix those, it's a really pretty inner corner shade. And you can even use those, like if you don't have a highlighter and you want to highlight, you can even use that as like a highlight. You just got to be careful. You don't want it to look like too streaky or anything. But I'm just going to go back in with Soothe and just rub this all over my lid now. Sometimes I don't do all over and I just do my crease. But I've been liking the way it looks just all over. I feel like it kind of just, I don't know. I just like the way it looks. So I've been doing it. So just nice and bronzed. And then what I do is I'll take this Real Techniques. All of the writing has pretty much came off. The Real Techniques base shadow brush. It looks like this. And I just use this to blend. So I just take, there's nothing really on the brush other than what I blended with, like blended eyeshadows out. There's like excess on here from that. But I just take it on any of like the harsh lines. And I just blend all that out because I don't ever want, again, in high school, we did that nice black and gray, really harsh, like rounded smoky eye. But we don't do that anymore. We don't want that look. Back then it was trending though, so. Trending wasn't a thing really back then. But you know what I mean. It was very popular. Everyone did it. I can remember going to school and me and like 3 of my friends had this trade class together in the mornings. And we didn't really do a lot like at the beginning of class. So I would go in and do my makeup and then do all 3 of my friends' makeup, and we'd all have the same exact makeup on for the day, and it was so funny, but we all loved it and I enjoyed doing it, so it's fine. It's all good. And I'm actually, since I was talking about it, and just to go ahead and use that palette, I'm actually going to grab the Jaclyn Hill palette and just use those 2 shades, the Beam and then Light, and just mix those. And I'm going to use this e.l.f. contour brush, which I think this is for nose contour, but I really like it for inner corner. And again, this is kind of dirty, but I swear, like, the brushes work a little bit better when they're broken in. So I'm going to just tap that off, and I just mix the 2 shades. And I'm just going to put a little bit on the inner corner, and I'm going to go back in again, tap that excess off, because I want it to be kind of bright. Like, look at that. I'm sure there's brighter colors. I'm sure people are like, well, I use this and, you know, this is so much brighter. But I really thoroughly enjoy, like, using these 2 colors. I think that it's perfect for me. And again, I'm just, look at that. I mean, that's, my brush broke. Nice. I wonder if I have any super glue. I can glue that down. And then I really don't like that inside to be too harsh. So I'm going to take this shadow brush again, the M441, and just go in and kind of blend like where I put that inner corner. And then take my pinkies and just kind of blend that out underneath. So now I'm going to take, which this is really old, but I need to get a new spoolie and I don't have one. So this is the Anastasia brow pencil, and this, I think this is in the shade Taupe, but I just use a spoolie on it and then I just brush my brows up. Sometimes I'll use like a brow gel. I've got the Essence brow gel in Blondie Brow, and I really like that, but if I'm doing like an everyday look, I don't really think I need a bunch on my eyebrows, because I do have pretty thick eyebrows already. They could be thicker, but they could be thinner, so. And I just like to brush them in place. I don't really, I mean, I feel like they don't really move too much throughout the day, and if they do, I mean, whatever, it is what it is. I also have the Essence Clear Brow Gel as well, and I like the way that holds too, but sometimes it can dry kind of white. You guys know what I'm talking about? Like when it gets all dry and just crusty, and then you're just stuck there with the crusty brows for the day, and nobody likes that. Comment down below if you guys like hot coffee or iced coffee better when it's cold outside. I can do both, but I really enjoy iced coffee throughout the whole year. So, but I can drink hot coffee as well. It's just, I prefer iced coffee normally. So now I'm going to go in with this Unique Mood Struck Precision Pencil Lip Liner in the shade Pouty. And it's kind of like this like mauve-y color. And I'm just going to outline my lips. I'm just going to outline the bottom. I don't overline my lips either. So I just go with the lip. And then I take a little bit and go inside, especially on the outer corner. And then I don't overline, but I do have this really, like, I feel like my Cupid's bow is really accentuated, so I don't really like to overline it, and I do like the way it goes. Some people like to round that off, but I actually really like the Cupid's bow look. So I'm just gonna go in and overline, or not overline, I'm gonna outline. What is going on? Oh. Well, our driveway is nice and de-iced. Which, it only snowed like 2 inches. And last week, well, the beginning of the week, we got 5 inches. And then 2 weeks ago, we got 9 inches. So, but I love winter and I love the snow. I love every season, but where I live, we normally do get like really hot, you know, summer into like a normal type, you know, or we used to get like a really hot summer and then it would go like 60s or probably around 60s in the fall. Then it would drop down to winter and then it would go through spring where it's like 40s, 50s, and it would go back to summer, kind of like warm its way up. But the last couple years we haven't really gotten that. So I've been really upset about it and I'm glad that we're actually getting seasons this year. And I'm just going to take this NARS satin lip pencil, and I don't know what shade this is. Yeah, I don't know. But it looks like this. This was actually like a sample that I got. So I got this one and a red one and like a 2-pack. I'm just going to put that on the inside. And it's kind of close to my lip liner color. But that's okay. And it's kind of shiny as well, which is cool. But yeah, so I'm going to go in with the Morphe by Jeffree Star Set and Refresh Mist in the strawberry scent. And if you get this in your hair, sometimes it can make your hair look really oily, so I'm not going to do that. I almost forgot mascara. Pause. We're going to go back. I'm going to curl my lashes. I don't know where I got this, but I always curl my lashes before I put mascara on. I used to wear like crazy intense makeup. Like I would do crazy looks, which is, I mean, that's super cool. I wish that I had the capability of doing that now every day, but I just don't wake up early enough to do that for work. Plus where I work, I wear a mask all the time. So I don't really wear a lot of makeup other than like maybe eye makeup. But yeah, I used to wear like bright purple lipstick and like dark purple lipstick and like bright red, hot pink, like every single day when I waited tables. And I just wanted to be creative, you know, like me going into work, I felt like everyone was always like, oh my gosh, like what eye makeup or what lipstick is she gonna wear today? And I always brought this, which I'll show you guys, I actually have it, this huge like bag of lipsticks, which it has a lot of lipsticks in there. Don't know if you can tell how big it is, but I would bring that whole pouch to work, and like my friends would be like, what lip colors do you have? Like, can I wear one? Blah, blah, blah. And I just loved it. I waited tables at like it's called Fat Patty's, but it's kind of like a bar restaurant type deal. served like wings and burgers, and we were known for, or they're still known for like their burgers. So, but yeah, I waited tables there, and I would always just wear, I don't know, I just enjoyed like doing crazy looks, you know. And I was also in beauty school whenever I was waiting tables at Fat Patty's, so I kind of just, sometimes I would do my makeup at beauty school, and then I had time to do like pretty cool looks, and being there, like I wanted to be creative. But yeah, and then sometimes I would even do them at home and stuff. But I really enjoy doing makeup. Like I love doing homecomings and proms, and I love doing hair too. I do hair every day for a living, so. But I'm kind of like a barber. I just cut hair unless I'm doing something for like a dance or something like that. And then I color my family's hair and my boyfriend's family's hair. He's got 3 sisters and his mom, and I do all of their hair and all of their friends' hair and stuff. And his sister and her friends, this is their senior year of high school. And so I am really sad because I've done her makeup and her 3 friends' hair and makeup for every year they've been in school. And so this year is the last year, and it's like bittersweet, you know. And also, if you guys are wondering, I did the telescopic carbon black mascara. Love this. I also use the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect Mascara, and I really like that one as well. But I don't want to have to worry about taking off all that mascara because that one's brand new, whereas the telescopic is a little bit older, so there's not as much product in my eyes right now, but it still looks nice. And then now it is time for the setting spray. And I'll just spray a little and then fan it out. But yeah, so that is it for the makeup look. All right. I will see you all in the next video. Hopefully, there's more content to come soon. I'm not sure when I'll film another video, but I'm going to try and make it soon for you. Please like and subscribe. It would help me tremendously. And yeah, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.